YouTube! What is going on, everyone? It's your boy AC back with another video, and today is episode 97 of the little mini-series where we take $100 and we continuously buy, trade, and sell sneakers till we make $100,000. Now, from last episode, in case you missed it, from all the buying, trading, and selling we did, we've got to a brand new grand total of one of the highest numbers we got on this channel. We are at $71,342.72. Damn, this number's getting so big. I have it written down here and I still got it wrong. It's 74 cents, but it's right here. And yeah, a crazy high number. And we're literally just a few episodes away. I'm trying to aim for episode 100 to be the finale, but I don't really know, guys. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to like make it a goal to get to episode 100 to be at 100,000. It's just whenever it comes is when it'll be. And yeah, if you guys are new here and this is the first time you've seen this series, pretty much we go to the mall and hit up some stores 3 times an episode. We record all that footage and just condense it into a quick short little montage for you guys. And with that being said, let's waste no more time, head up to the stores and see what we're picking up this episode. Got a bunch of stuff. We honestly got a bunch of great stuff for consignment. However, with that being said, I did buy a few things that have already been sent out to consignment. So let me quickly just give you guys a quick recap of all the new things I brought to consignment. Starting with things that we already had in our inventory that I gave to consignment. So we gave another Air Max 1 Crepe Brown in a size 11. The Nike Dunk Low Summit White Hyper Royals in a 7Y. A reverse panda dunk in a size 10, a pink corduroy in a size 9, a size 7.5, 8, and 8.5 women's in the Cacao Wows. I don't remember if I mentioned this, but the shoes that we got in that unboxing video, the Jordan 1 Low OG Black Toe, we gave those out to consignment as well. And same thing with the Jordan 1 Mid Pandas. I don't know if I mentioned that in the other video. However, we bought a few things this episode that have already gone out to consignment, so I don't have them in hand with me, but I do have some footage I'm going to roll for you guys now while going over this. We bought a Jordan 1 High OG Wash Black in a size 8. Then some of these Jordan 1 Mid Shadows, we brought an 8.5, 8, 7.5, a 7, and a 6.5 women's. Then finally, we found another pair of these Jordan 4 Red Cements in a size 12 that we brought to consignment. So yeah, a little update on the consignment situation. We did bring a bunch more to him. And yeah, plan on giving some more in the future. Just have to get some more in stock. But a great shoe that I'm excited to bring to consignment are these. I'm going to be looking all over the place to buy more of them. But it is the Nike Dunk Low Olives. I don't know how well this is going to show on camera. But yeah, these things, they're crazy. They're stupidly good at consignment, and we bought a bunch of pairs. We bought 3 9 women's, 2 8.5 women's, an 8 and a 6.5 women's, all for $152.25. And yeah, a great shoe for consignment. They're already all sold out of these at his stores. But yeah, these were a crazy thing to find because they sell for a lot. But let's quickly go over something we didn't get in store, but I actually bought online for a crazy steal. So let's just do... Oh my gosh, okay, so here they are now. It's a big box, but there's only 2 shoes in them. As you can see here, you probably know exactly what it is by the box alone right here. And it is the Jordan 6 Toro. We did buy a 13 and a 12 last episode, but now we got 2 size 9s, and we got them for $195 plus an additional 25% off. And guys, follow me on Twitter, link also in the description, because I let you guys know on Twitter once these went on a bigger discount. So follow me on Twitter. I post a bunch of great stuff, a lot of stuff about sneaker and discounts like this, and these were a crazy price. But let's move over to some really small shoes like this. Some toddler Jordan 6 metallic blacks. Now we did get a couple pairs of these and we got them on sale for $41.98, and we can probably realistically sell these for around that $60-ish mark, which I'm not complaining about. Honestly, a quick mover, but at the end of the day, these are probably one of the worst things that we got this episode. Nothing like that crazy or hyped up about them. We got them at the Nike outlet. Honestly, these are probably the worst thing we picked up from the outlet. The other 2 are better. Like this pair, These Nike Zoom X Street Flies. We got a bunch of these because they were really reduced down. We got them for $83.99. And we got a size 12, 11.5, 10, 9.5, 8.5, and 8. And these things have been selling for around that $150 price point, which is great considering we only got them for 83 bucks and they've been selling for 150, and they've been selling relatively fast. Is a great thing. And I think I'm tripping because we actually have 2 more things from the Nike outlet. But let's move over to something a little bit more everyday basic wear, which is like this pair. These Nike Air Max IVOs, we got 3 pairs. They were also reduced for a pretty decent price. They were $83.97, and at that price point, I can probably sell them for around 120 bucks. It's just a really clean black and white Air Max IVO. And yeah, realistically, these things aren't anything crazy. They're just a really good quick flip for me. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think for the rest of this challenge, I'm gonna completely get rid of all the quick flips that I'm gonna buy and pretty much stick to all the more hyped up shoes. So keep on the lookout for that. This is probably one of the last pairs of like normal quick flip, like everyday shoes you'll see on this channel. I'm gonna try to switch it more over to like more hype stuff and things like that. But yeah, these Air Max IVOs, nothing special about them. But let's move over to probably one of the more interesting and cooler pairs that we picked up, which is this. These Air Force One Low ambushes in the white and black colorway. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea how to feel about this pair. At the end of the day, yeah, it's cool. It's a different take on the Air Forces, but it's a little bit too much, especially with the swooshes looking like Batman wings at the back of the shoe. I do like the lace lock on the shoe, or whatever this is called. Definitely the nicest color out of all the Air Force ambush collabs. And yeah, we got a bunch of sizes because they were heavily reduced, all the way down to $157.49. Crazy to find these at the Nike outlet. Usually, typically my outlet doesn't get things like this, but crazy to see this pair, and best believe these are gonna sell for a crazy profit. And yeah, that is everything we got this episode. My opinion, it was a decent episode. We bought a bunch of really good stuff that should sell really fast, but like I said, I think I'm done showing all of the like bricks and things like that. Pretty much all the outlet shoes I'm probably not gonna show anymore. I'm just gonna show more of the higher end, cooler thing to see on camera. But regardless, we are not done yet. We still have to go through everything we sold this episode, and trust me, it was a decent amount of stuff we did sell, starting with the Adidas Adilet 22 slides in the crystal white colorway. We sold the size 13, 12, and 10. Then in the Nike Dunk Low peach cream colorway, we sold the size 10, both of the 9.5s, the 9, both of the 8.5, 8, and both of the 7.5s. Then in the pink Oxford colorway, we sold the size 10, both of the 9.5, both of the 8.5s, a 7.5, 7, and 6.5. Then in the Jordan 1 Low Marina Blue, we sold the size 6. Then in the white toe colorway, we sold the size 4Y. And then finally in the Jordan 1 Low Chicago Flip, we sold the size 9. And yeah, like you can see, we're clearing out inventory very fast here, but we still have to go through everything in our inventory, so let's go do that real quick, starting with... Then in the Converse Chuck Taylor All-Star Lugged Winter 2.0 highs, we have a size 8, 7, 6, and 5. Then in the Reebok Question Mid Michigan State, we have a size 13, 2 11s, a 10.5, 2 10s, 2 9.5s, and a 9. Then in the yellow toe colorway, we have a 10.5, 10, and 9.5. Then in the Answer DMX Georgetown, we have a size 10. Then in the LeBron 20 Black Metallic Gold, we have a 12, 11, 10, and 9.5. Then Nike PG6 Celestine Blue Peach Cream, we have 4 11.5s and 2 11s. Then the Adidas Adi 2000 Chalk White Black, we have a size 8.5. Starting off with the Yeezy 350 V2 in the cream colorway, we got a size 9.5. Then in the Nike Air Max 2017 Light Bone Off-White, we have a size 10.5. Then in the Air Max IVO Black and White, we have a 10.5, 10, and 9.5. Then in the Air Max 90 SE Marion Frank Rudy Summit White colorway, we have a size 11. Then in the Golf NRG Players Championship, we have 2 11s and a 9. Then in the Air Max Plus Black and White, we have a size 7.5 women's. Then in the Nike Roshe Run Black Anthrite Sale, we have 2 13s, a 12, 2 11s, 2 10.5s, a 10, and 9.5. Then in the Iguana colorway, we have a 7.5 and 10. Then the Sport Red Cool Gray colorway, we have a 7.5. Then in the Nike Killshot 2 Leather Sale Gum, we have a 10.5, 10, 9.5, 8.5, and 7.5. 9.5. Then in the Nike Zoom X Streakfly Mint Foam Volt, we have a size 12, 11.5, 10, 9.5, 8.5, and 8. Then in the Air Force One High Billie Eilish Sequan, we have a size 10.5, 3 10s, 2 9.5s, and a 9. Then in the Nike Air Force One Mid QS Chocolate, we have a size 9. Then in the Air Force One Low Triple White, we have an 11.5. Then in the Reflective Swoosh White Blue colorway, we have a size 13. Then in the Uno colorway, we have a 12, 9.5, 7, 3 6.5s, and a 6. Then in the University Blue, we have a size 13, 11.5, 11, and 8. Then in the White Metallic Silver colorway, we have an 8.5. Then in the White Chocolate colorway, we have a 10.5 and 8.5. Then in the College Pack Midnight Navy colorway, we have 2 13s. Then in the White Wolf Gray Soul colorway, we have a 12 and 11. Then in the West Coast Los Angeles colorway, we have a size 7Y. Then in the Ambush Phantom colorway, we have a 13, 12, 10.5, 9, and 2 4.5s. Then in the Nike Air Griffey 1 Max, we have the San Francisco Giants, we have a 7 and 6Y. The Air Max 1 Crate Brown, we have 2 13s, a 12.5, 12, 3 11.5s, 2 11s, a 10.5, 2 10s, 2 9.5s, 2 9s, an 8.5, 3 7.5s, a 6.5, and 6. Then in the George Green colorway, we have a size 8 and 7. Then in the Dirty Denim colorway, we have 2 13s, 2 12s, 2 10.5s, a 10 and 8.5. Then the Air Max Thea Mid Ale Brown colorway, we have an 11, 8, 3 7.5s, and a 7 women's. Then in the Black Sail colorway, we have a 9, 8.5, 3 8s, a 7.5, and 6.5 women's. Then in the Nike Free Run 5.0 Black and White, we have a size 12. Then in the Nike Free RN Flyknit Black White Ombre, we have a size 9.5. Then in the white colorway, we have a 9.5 and 9. Then in the College Navy Orange colorway, we have a 10.5. Then in the Nike Vapor Max Flyknit Leopard, we have a 7.5, 7, 6.5, and 6 women's. Then in the Leopard colorway, we have a 9.5, 8.5, 7.5, and 5.5 women. Then in the Phantom Metallic Gold colorway, we have an 8.5, 9.5, and 2 10 women. Then in the Miami Hurricanes colorway, we have a size 13. Then in the Gorge Green Midnight Navy, we have a 9.5 women's and 7 women's. Then in the NBA 75th Anniversary Knicks colorway, we have a 10.5. Then in the Next Nature Homer Simpsons, we have a 6.5Y. Then in the Industrial Blue Preschool sizes, we have 2 3Ys, a 2Y, 1.5Y, 1Y, 2 13Cs, a 12C, 11.5C, and an 11C. Then in the Panda colorway, we have 6 13s, an 11.5, 11, 10.5, 9.5, 8.5, 9 women's, 3 3Ys, and a 2Y. Then in the Airbrush Swoosh Black, we have a 9.5 and 11. Then in the Rose Whisper, we have 10 women's. Then in the Pink Corduroy colorway, we have a 9. Then in the Jordan Access Bread, we have a size 11. Then in the Jordan Liftoff Black Dark Concord, we have a size 11. Then in the White Cement colorway, we have a size 13. Then in the Jordan Hydro 6 Black, we have a size 12. Then in the Jordan Sophia Slide Black and Red, we have a size 9 women's. Then in the Jordan 14 Lanies, we have 2 12s and a 7.5. Then in the Playoff colorway, we have a 9.5, 9, 2 8.5s, a 7Y, 6.5Y, and 6Y. Then in the Black Flint colorway, we have 3 13s, 3 12s, 2 11.5s, 2 11s, 3 10.5s, 2 10s, a 9.5, 9, 8, a 5.5Y, 2 6Ys, 2 6.5Ys, and a 7Y. Then in the Jordan 13 Black University Blue, we have 8 13s, 4 12s, 6 11.5s, 6 11s, a 10.5, 9.5, a 5.5Y, 6Y, and 6.5Y. Then in the Jordan 12 Hyper Royal, we have a size 9.5, 9, 8.5, and 8 women's. Then in the Black Taxi Toddler size, we have a size 11C and 2C. Then in the Jordan 11 Low Cement Gray, we have a 7Y, 6Y, and 2 4Ys. Then in the Jordan 9 Retro Brute RNG Military Brown Legion Green, we have a 13, 12, 11, 10.5, 10, and 8.5. Then in the Black Light Gum colorway, we have 2 12s, an 11, 10.5, 2 10s, a 9.5, 9, and 8.5. Then in the Jordan 7 Citrus, we have 4 8s. Then in the Jordan 6 Georgetowns, we have 6 13s, 2 12s, 6 11, 2 10.5s, a 10, 2 9.5s, a 9, and 8. Then in the chrome metallic silver, we have an 11, 10.5, 2 10s, an 8C, 2 7Cs, and a 5C. Then in the cool gray colorway, we have 2 13s and 2 12s. Then in the Toro Bravo, we have a size 13, 12, and 2 9s. Then in the Jordan 2 Chicago, we have a size 6.5Y and 6Y. Then in the cool gray colorway, we have 2 size 9 women's. Then in the Panda colorway, we have a size 9 women's. Then in the recycled grind colorway, we have a 6 and 5Y. Then in the Jordan 1 High Taxis, we have 2 7Ys, 4 13, and a size 8. Then in the lost and found colorway, we have a size 1.5Y, 2 1Ys, a 5C, and a 7C. Yeah, if you guys are new here or you've been watching and you're noticing a few things are missing from our inventory, that is because those shoes are in the consignment portion of our inventory. As you can see, we bought a bunch of shoes and they're all in consignment right now, so we're just keeping that separate right now. Plus we have a bunch of stuff that we're holding on as investments, as you can see right now. Yeah, realistically guys, if we sold everything in our inventory, we would be well above that $100,000 milestone. So knowing that, you guys have to let me know in the comments below. Give me some ideas for another challenge / series you want me to do next, because this one is sadly coming to an end very shortly. With that being said, thank you guys for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss any of my newest videos. And yeah, there's nothing else left to say except for let's roll our brand new tally.